Bridging the divide between police and a dubious community. That was the goal tonight in Omaha, months after the unrest in Ferguson, Missouri, that put the conduct of officers on duty in the spotlight. The two sides came together tonight at the Tech Building in Omaha.
The police chief was all ears as people told him the status quo has to go. Reporter Kelly Bartnick is live at 32nd and Coming with more. Kelly.
Craig, tonight people say they want body cameras, they want increased racial bias and sensitivity training for police officers, and in general, they had demands that more be done. Now, the police department says all of those things are already happening.
He is a young man who wants to make a change in his life.
Jarrell Brooks is as close to the source as they come. He is a young man, he's been through the system and is making changes, yet he will tell you it feels like no one's listening.
I don't think people actually put themselves in my shoes and realize what I actually been through.
This room is packed with people who want to understand and make changes too. A community here wants action, and neighbors are not happy with the status quo.
How can we come to the table, have a dialogue about it, and identify what we have in common and how we can move some of the things forward? Especially
when you see things like this, the violence and uprisings that filled Ferguson, Missouri after a white police officer shot an unarmed black 18-year-old. The group here is much more peaceful, but still has demands dealing with diversity, body cameras, and sensitivity training. Police Chief Todd Schmaderer says the department has heard them and is working on them. He is putting more officers on the streets. Crime clearance rates are high and gun assaults are trending downward overall. But the department is also battling perception.
Perceptions are formed on many varieties of things. A lot of times police perceptions are formed on what takes place nationally. So it's important to get those out on the table, dial it in, and see how that applies locally and what's being done to address it.
Events like this are the first step. Getting more young people like Brooks involved helps too, because crime prevention takes a community.
If they would understand a little more and ask us and let us show them what it was like and let us help them out to understand, it would be a lot better.
So what happens next, and is this all talk? Well, the part you didn't see was a lot of talk, some group discussion where folks jotted down many of their demands, their ideas, their suggestions, things they'd like to see implemented across the criminal justice system in general here. All of those now go to the appropriate folks, whether they're the Douglas County Attorney's Office, the police department, the corrections department, etc. So all of that will be reviewed. They'll come up with some recommendations and hopefully implement possibly even more changes. Reporting live tonight, Kelly Bartnick, KMTV Action 3 News.